Hi, I'm Lindsay Strand. Have you ever tried beer in a cupcake? Sounds crazy, right? But it's actually so delicious. And today on Sweet Talk, we're going to be making a chocolate stout cupcake, just in time for St. Patrick's Day. To start, we're going to melt 1 stick of butter over medium heat. While that's melting, we'll get our dry ingredients ready. So here I have 2 cups of AP flour. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 cups of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna give this a nice little whisk. I wanna make sure everything's really nice and combined here. Maybe while that's going, I'll crack my eggs. We're gonna need 2 eggs. Just a little stir with a fork is enough. All right, my butter looks ready. We're going to add 1/3 of a cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder and 1 1/3 cups of stout beer. It's about 1 bottle. Wow, this smells so good. I can already smell the cocoa powder. So for those of you worried about the beer in this cake, when you put it in the oven, all of the alcohol will evaporate out, so you'll just get the flavor of the beer, but you won't actually get any alcohol in there. So now we're gonna raise the temperature on this to medium-high. This just helps the cocoa powder really dissolve in our liquid. I think these cupcakes are really fun to bring to the office, share with some friends. It's always a good time to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Just make sure you wear some green so you don't get a pinch. All right, that looks good. Now we're gonna combine this hot liquid with our dry ingredients. And stirring this will cool it down enough so that when we add our eggs, it shouldn't scramble them, which would not be too delicious. So next we're gonna add my 2 lightly whisked eggs and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Sour cream is gonna add a really nice moistness to the cake. Since this is a pretty liquidy batter, I'm gonna be using a liquid measure cup to help me divide it among my baking cups. Got some cute green paper cups for St. Patrick's Day and my liquid measure, so I'm gonna pour some of this in here. This batter should make about 24 cupcakes. Looks good. I'm gonna put this into a 375-degree oven for about 16 to 18 minutes, rotating once halfway through. So I have my beautifully baked cupcakes here. Just took them out of the oven after about 18 minutes. I let them cool for 10 or 15 minutes and then remove them to a wire rack to let them cool completely. Next, my favorite part, we're making the cream cheese frosting. So I'm gonna start with 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a stir, get some of the lumps out. I'm gonna add 1 stick of unsalted butter. This is so nice that all you need is a bowl and a spatula. I love that I don't have to pull out my big heavy mixer for this because I live in a pretty tiny apartment and it's a huge pain to take it out of the cabinet. So now that these are nice and smooth, I'm gonna add 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. We're gonna sift it first, make sure all the lumps come out. So now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. The vanilla helps make this have a really delicious flavor. So it's actually pretty warm in my kitchen today. It's really sunny in here. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a few minutes just to help it firm up, and then it's gonna make it a lot easier to frost. So this is looking good. Now we're gonna make our garnish for our little shamrock cupcakes. What we're gonna do first is make our stems for the 4-leaf clovers, and to do that, we're gonna use the zest of 1 lime. And then we're gonna put these into a couple tablespoons of sugar. Coat them nicely. You're going to want to do this the same day that you are serving the cupcakes, because if you don't, the lime zest will get a little bit brown. So to keep it a really nice green color, you'll want to do it the same day. So now that those are set, we can frost some of our cupcakes. So you can either use a mini offset like this one and just spread some on top of the cupcake. Looks so creamy and delicious. Or one of my favorite tricks, handy dandy ice cream scoop. You can take a little scoop like this, put it down on top of your cupcake, and then you can go back and you can use your offset to smooth it down. And then it makes a really nice, kind of pretty even layer on your cupcake. Now that these are all frosted, we're just gonna add our garnish. I'm gonna add 1 little stem. And then we have these gold candy hearts, and they're perfect for making our little 4-leaf clover. So there you have it. These little cupcakes are so delicious and packed with flavor. The stout is subtle, but it's really nice with the chocolate and the cream cheese frosting. I think if you make these for your friends and family, they're gonna feel really lucky on St. Patrick's Day.